Go ahead, go ahead. Get on.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
White. 6. 21. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To throw is Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. That is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Faking the give. Now Watson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ford. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Marcus Epps able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Watson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ford. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8.
12.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Back to Renfrow again, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
2nd down and 8.
65.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
11. Clock. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Slant to Adams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's Jacobs. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Jacobs.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here we go.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. On the sneak is Garoppolo. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. From the end zone, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's 4. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now it's Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Watson off play action, escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Again, it's Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Now, that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now, if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
11. 2.
Garoppolo. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The final shot before the break. Watson steps away to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Watson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That is caught, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Burst by him near the 35. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 46 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. Pushes past him, fighting his way through contact. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43.
21.
Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st down, Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something to...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. And trouble trying the middle here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
And you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now Watson going to sneak it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now Watson on third and goal. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to add on to that lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Oh,